Hello all, let's start section 2.4. In section 2.4, we are actually slowly starting to solve some applications for trig or for trigonometry. Uh, we start with applications of right triangle. There are some applications. I will start with just triangle, then later and the last 2 or 3 examples I'll use applications, correct? 2.4 and 2.5. 2.5 is all applications of right triangle. I know always application, which in other meaning, most of you are familiar with the word problems, correct? It looks always difficult for the students to deal with the word problems, but believe me, if you understand the concept of the lecture, the concept of the topics that up to 2.3 we learned, then 2.4, 2.5 is easy. It's just translating the problem from English wording to mathematical wording. The formulas that you already know, you apply those formulas on those problems and you can solve any problem or any application of right triangle in 2.4. Few things that you have to remember. First, to solve a triangle, means they're telling you solve the triangle. What does it mean? Means to find the measures of all sides and angles. That's the meaning. When they tell you solve a triangle, what does it mean? Find all measures of all sides and angles, the ones that they are asking. To do so, follow like this instruction. First, learn this. When I covered actually this before also inside the class and also in my lectures here. When we have a right triangle like this, if we have a given right triangle, I'm trying my best to draw a best right triangle for you. When I have a right triangle like this, of course, this side is right, correct? Always name it this way. Here is your capital A. Your C is always the angle that is right, correct? And B goes always here. It's kind of accepted. And also I told you that if you remember that the side that is in front of angle C, we always denote with lowercase c, and that's your hypotenuse. The side that's in front of angle A, mark it as a lowercase a. And the side that's in front of angle B, mark it with lowercase b. Correct? This is kind of something that's accepted. We are usually a lot of times when we are dealing with a right triangle, we name it this way. Correct? Now, you already know how to find the sine of an angle. For example, the sine of angle A. You already know how to find all 6 trig functions for angle A. You already know how to find all 6 trig functions for angle B. And also, based on those relations, even you can find the length of A, the length of C, and the length of B if you like to. Or using Pythagorean theorem, you can find these lengths. Correct? This is what we call the applications of right triangle. There is not much to explain, but we start with examples, and with these examples I'll explain more for you how to deal with these applications. Example number 1. Solve right triangle. Solve right triangle. ABC, it's given the name of the triangle for you. It's ABC, capital letters. F A is equal 34 degree, and C, lowercase c, equals 12.7 inch. Correct? First thing to do, always, if you can do it, please go ahead and do this. The important thing is to draw a diagram. Diagram explains a lot for you. Draw a right triangle. Correct? Draw a right triangle. I'm not telling you to use 12.7 inches. No, that's too big. Just it's a diagram. Draw and mark like that. Your triangle is A, B, here right angle, C, and this side, the lowercase c is given to you as a 12.7, correct? And angle A is given to you as a 34 degree. Sometimes your book is kind of different. They like too much to use the notation for the minute also. If you are lucky, if you have a calculator that you can insert degree and minute, it's good. If you don't have, you have to first change your minute to degree. It means change it to decimal form, which we already covered this topic in our lectures. Then use the decimal form of the angle as a degree. Correct? Now, this side is A. I'll name this angle is A. I'll name this one A. I'll name this one here B. And of course, this is the lowercase c. Correct? They are asking you to solve this right triangle. It means do this. Find how much is A. Find how much is B. Also, find maybe the measure of B, angle B. How much is that? Start one by one. Start one by one. You can find B first because it's easy. Then start with A and B. I will go in order. I'll start with A. How to find A? Look, you need a little bit of focus. You need a little bit of focus, then it's not difficult. To find the value of A, look at the diagram. For angle A, this angle, A is the opposite side. Hypotenuse is given, the angle is given, only you need to find the opposite side. Then, if I use sine of angle A equals opposite, which is A, over your hypotenuse, which is C. You see, two value is given here for you. You are just looking for A. It's really easy to calculate, correct? Then you can write sine of angle A, which is 34 degree, it means sine of 34, equals your A, which is unknown, or it's a variable, over C, which is 12.7. From your algebra class, you know that you can solve this equation for A. To solve this equation for A, even you don't know, I will teach you here. You have to get rid of this denominator. It means multiply both sides by 12.7. This side and this side, 12.7. These two cancels out. Then you can write A actually equals to 12.7 times sine of 34. Using your calculator, you can easily find the sine of 34. Click on the sine button and write down 34. Some calculators, they open parentheses, close the parentheses, enter. It gives you as a 0.5591. 0.55. In the problem, of course, we will tell you how many decimal place you have to go. It's 5591. I'll go to up to 3 decimal place, but even you can round off here, you can keep it as a 0.56. But in these problems, we usually, the best way to be more accurate is to do not round off anything. Keep it this way. Look, I'll keep it this way. My answer is 5591929003. I'll keep this. I'll just round off in the last step. Now you have the answer in your calculator. Just push the multiply sign and put 12.7. Enter. It gives you A equals 7.1017. 4987 4. But you can have approximation. You can say A approximately equals to 7 point, because here you have 0, right? You can say 7.1 inches. Correct? That will be the value of A. It means in your right triangle here, in the diagram, you found A as a what? 7.1 inches. To find the value of B, there are two ways to find. You can use the cosine, or you can use the Pythagorean theorem, and easily you can find the value of B also. I will use the trigonometric functions to do that, correct? I know that cosine of angle A equals B over C, correct? It means cosine of 34 degree equals B over 12.7. Again, multiply both sides by 12.7. You can write B equals 12.7 times cosine of 34, which is 0.5591929003. And if you multiply this, let me multiply 12.7 times 559192,903. Enter 7.10 again. Oh, sorry, I used the value of sine. This is not the cosine. You have to find the cosine of 34. I am sorry, I used the value of sine. Let's see what is the cosine of 34. Again, in your calculator, you have three main buttons: sine, cosine, and tangent. You don't have secant, you don't have cosecant, you don't have cotangent. You are actually using the reciprocal if you need those, correct? And also you have sine inverse or inverse sine, inverse cosine, and inverse tangent buttons, which we explained it in 2.3, where to use them. If the sine of an angle is given, just push the inverse sine button. It gives you the actual angle, how much is angle, correct? Let me clear this. Let me use the cosine for 34 in my calculator. Okay, cosine of 34 degree equals to 0.8290, 0.0290, or 3757,3. Now this one multiply by 12.7 and it gives you 10.52. It means your B is equal 10.52, and you can round off the to 10.5, correct? Inches. Now the last one, I want to find angle B. How much is B? Very easy. This angle is 90 degree. This angle is 34 degree. How much is B? You know A plus B plus C. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C should gives you 180 degree, right? A and C is given. A is 34 degree plus B plus C is given as a 90 degree for you, equals 180. 34 plus 90 gives you 124. It means B plus 124 equals 180. Subtract 124 from both sides. Then B equals 10 minus 4 is 6, 7 minus 2 is 5, 56 degree. That's the measure of angle B. Correct? We call these applications of right triangle. Not actually still applications. It was just a picture that I draw, but soon you will see word problems also. Let's do another example for you. Example number 2. Solve right triangle ABC. Solve right triangle ABC. F, they have to give you some value. A is equal 29.43 centimeter and C is equal 53.58 centimeter. Correct? First, draw your triangle, please. Put the values that it's given to you there. To understand what you are looking, what is given. Do not miss anything, right? What's given? A, B, C, of course, lowercase c, lowercase a, and lowercase b. You see A is given to you as a 29.43 and hypotenuse is given to you 53.58. 53.58. Now, what I'm looking, I have to find B. I have to find how much is angle A. I have to find how much is what? Angle B. Correct? C is always 90 degrees. You know, it's a right triangle. It's given. You have to find how much is B. Now, start again because A is given to you. C is given to you. Is it easy to find the sign of A? Yes. Start with that. You see, you can write sine of A equals A over C. It means it's equal to 29.43 over 53.58. Correct? You can do here the division and you end up with another decimal number, but please do not round off. Keep it that way. I will do it. I will see how much is that. Can we keep it or not? Let's do it. I have 29.43. 29.43. I will divide this by 53.58. 53.58. And I will see how much is the answer. Your answer is actually 0.5492721 Keep it this way or the other way. Now, you know the sign. This is the sign of the angle. This number as a fraction or this is the sign of the angle. To find the angle, you have to look for the inverse sign. It means you are looking to the inverse sign of 29.43 over 53.58 or inverse sign of 0.549272116. Both of them will give you the same answer. I will prefer always use this notation if your calculator allows you. Correct? Most of the scientific calculators, I know there are some of them, they are so cheap, like $9, $8. I'm not telling you to go buy the expensive one, but today just I bought one. I usually use a graphic calculator. I have TI-84. I'm not telling you to buy that one. That's so expensive, $150, $160. But I bought today a TI-36X Pro. It's like around 18, 19, it was 18 or $20. This calculator helps you a lot. It has trigonometry in it. It has even some calculus in it. It has statistics in it. This calculator is perfect for you and it's available everywhere. Walmart, Target, bookstore. Bookstore, of course, will sell a little bit expensive for you. Go to Walmart and buy one of these. Okay, anyway. Now, what you do in your calculator, you push the inverse sign button and you enter your value, which is 29.43, divide by 53.58. 53.58. Enter. It gives you 33.317. Your answer will be. If it's inverse sign, it means, actually you can say this. A is equal the inverse sign of this, correct? It means your angle A is equal to 33.3170. It's more, but here even you can round off. Your A is approximately, because you are at the last answer, 33.32 degree. Correct? I found my angle A. Next one, I can use the cosine relation, or you can use the easy way, add three angles of the right triangle and solve it for B. You can go that way too, which way you like. Correct? Which way you like, you can go that way. I will use the cosine relation to give you more practice, right? Because we want to practice here. You see, if I, based on this triangle, if I write the relation for cosine, for angle B, A is the adjacent, right? I will use for angle B as an adjacent and I look for cosine, correct? I will say cosine of angle B equals A over C, correct? A over C. Or even if you have a little bit more practice, you can use the co-functions here method that we had a lecture on it. But the easy way is to use the cosine of B. Again, your A is 29.43 over 53.58. To find B, your B is equal to cosine inverse of this. 29.43 over 53.58. Using calculator, inverse cosine of 29.43 divide by 53.58. 56.68. Then your B equals as 56.68 approximately, because I'll round off a little bit. Correct? Now, only side that you have to find B. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the lowercase b. We know c squared equals a squared plus b squared. C is given to you as a 53.58. 53.58 squared equals a squared. A is given as a 29.43 squared plus what? B squared. To solve for b, you can subtract this, right? You can say b squared equals 53.58 squared minus 29.43 squared. Or even you can do this, because you're looking for b, take the square root from both sides. B equals the square root of 53.58 square minus 29.43 0.43 squared. And if you simplify this, you will end up approximately equals to 44.77 centimeter. Of course, you square this number, then you square this number, then you subtract, then you take the square root. Correct? That's the process. The next part of the lecture, I will talk about angles of elevation or depression. First, let's understand what is the angle of elevation and what is the angle of depression. Correct? If I draw an angle like this, I'll name this point X. And this is the terminal side and this is a positive angle. Correct? I call this angle of elevation. And I'll give you the definition why. Correct? The angle of elevation, from point X, from this point, your point X, from point X to point Y. Let's name, for example, here, capital letter Y. To point Y, you see my angle is above the X. This is the horizontal, correct? This is your horizontal side. This is your horizontal, this side. It's above the X, right? Your angle is what? Above the X. Above X. Okay, to point Y means above X, right? Even I'll write it here. Above X is the acute angle, You see it's an acute angle in the diagram, formed by ray of XY, formed by ray XY. You see your XY is a ray. It's formed by this ray, XY, and horizontal ray of with the endpoint X. And horizontal ray, it's again a ray. You see your horizontal is a ray with endpoint X. No need for this long writing or definition. If you have a horizontal, an angle that the initial side is horizontal, your terminal side is above the x-axis, we call that one elevation. And the opposite one, if I draw this for you, this is my horizontal. This is again the point X, correct? And I'll draw this, again positive, correct? And here is Y. Here is your horizontal. This angle, we call it angle of depression. Angle of depression. Correct? There are some word problems that you can solve using angle of depression or angle of elevation. We can solve some kind of physics applications mainly. We can do that. But before that, I want to give you, I will write a example for you. Then I'll put also the steps for you, how to go step by step to solve these word problems, correct? Let's first copy an example from your book. Example 1. At a point A, (123 feet from the base of a flagpole, from the base of a flagpole, the angle of elevation, the angle of elevation to the top of the flagpole, to the top of flagpole is 26 degrees. It's 26 40 minutes. I don't want to use the 40 minutes here to confuse you. I'll just use that 26 degree. 26 degree. Find the height of the flagpole. Find the height of the flagpole. Okay, let's draw. Definitely, I have a flagpole. I'm trying to draw here for you a nice flagpole. I can double line it to show it as a pole for you. Oh, here we go. And here, maybe we have a flag. Correct? This is your flagpole. If you read the problem carefully, at a point A, 123 feet from the base of the flagpole, there is a point A here somewhere, which the distance between point A and the base of flagpole is 123 feet. Correct? The angle of elevation from point A to the top of flagpole, this angle, if I draw this line, this angle is given to you 26 degrees. Find the height of the flag. Okay, easily translate for yourself. If this is A, this is the lowercase a, and this is B, because you can name here capital B. This is definitely your flagpole is vertical 90 degree, correct? It means this side is 90. It means even you can name here C, here you can name lowercase c, but you don't need those, correct? Now we want to find what? The height of this flagpole. Before doing that, I will write steps and I'll show in each step for you what to do. Step number 1. Always follow these steps, please. Draw a sketch. Draw a sketch, which we did. That's your step 1. And label, correct? I can add this also. And label it. Label it means the values that's given to you in the problem, label those values. Correct? Step 2. Use the sketch to write an equation, relating the given quantities. This part is more important. Relating the given quantities, whatever they give you in the problem, to the variable or to the unknown, whatever you write. To the variable. This is your step 3. Now, I want to write an equation. To find A, I have the angle, I have for angle A, we call this side the adjacent. I don't have hypotenuse. Then there is a trigonometry function that relates this angle with opposite and adjacent. Definitely you know that's tangent. We have enough practice. We will use tangent. Tan of 26 degree, I will use this, equals opposite over adjacent. It means A over 100 and what? 23. You see? Immediately you can relate. Of course, step 3 is solve. Step 3, solve. I will solve this for A. Again, multiply both sides by 123. Then I can write these two cancels out, definitely. A equals 123 times tangent of 26 degree. The rest is calculator. Your calculator will do that for you. First, switch your calculator on. First, find tangent of 26 degree. Correct? Push on the button, which is tan. Correct? Write 26. Close it. Enter. It gives you a decimal as a 0.48773, whatever. Don't round off. Multiply by 123. Enter. 59.99. Approximately, because it's a decimal, 59.99, of course, feet. It means the height of the pole from the ground is 59.99. Even you can say 60 feet. Correct? The same way, there is a example in your book for angle of depression. Go over it. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Just watch it. There are so many examples, and also I assigned a little bit of homework for you for this section. You can practice. The whole idea is that you should perfectly know what is the meaning of sine, what is the meaning of cosine, tangent, cotangent. If you know all of those relations, then believe me, it's not difficult, correct? I'll stop the lecture here and see you all in section 2.5.